If your Shopify pages aren't converting the way you want it to, it's not always your product, your ads, or anything else. It's almost likely to do with your page itself. In this video, I'm going to show you step by step how to build a high converting, high performance Shopify landing page inside Replo, a no-code Shopify page builder app. This is the same app tool that I use to help dozens of brands increase, almost double their conversion rates without any code. Let's do it. Before we get into the actual building inside of Replo, I want to quickly run through 7 core sections that you can use inside your pages to communicate what it is you need to communicate. So first section is going to be the hero section. This is just the hook. This is the first section that your shoppers are going to see. So you want to make this the most focused part of your entire page because it's the one thing that 100% visitors are always going to see. So you want to grab their attention in 3 seconds or less, and you want to start it with clear copy, clear bold headlines with a clear benefit, subheadlines or credibility just to reinforce that main idea of the headline, as well as any product imagery or UGC lifestyle visuals to visually communicate what it is you're saying with written word. And then add any call to action buttons, any social proof, anything about your offer. Again, the whole point of this is to grab attention and get them scrolling on the page, rest of the page. Second and third sections are going to be the problem and solution. So this is just to build that connection and rapport with your shoppers to have them feel that we understand their problems and what they're struggling with. So we want to just really be specific on the problems that we're solving and the things that they're experiencing. And then that segues into the benefits, the solutions of your product and your offer. So explaining what the product is, why it works, how it works, and really focusing on the benefits. Of course, we can tie in the features, but each feature should always come with a relevant benefit that your shoppers, your ideal customer cares about. So you want to keep this super scannable, simple to understand and see, and add any relevant visuals that will help communicate what it is you're trying to communicate. Then another section, the fourth section, is like a social proof. This is for building trust, credibility, and building the connection. So it's pretty much validating your product through your customers' experiences, because your past customers, your people that bought from you, are going to be your best salesmen. So you want to leverage what they have to say because they're the closest thing you have to the shoppers, because your shoppers are just people who haven't bought from you, but they're technically the same avatar, the same type of people that have the same problem that your customers did prior to purchasing your product. So this includes like star reviews, review counts, UGC, written testimonials before and after, any press, any certifications, or any endorsements from, let's say, like doctors if you're selling skincare products, stuff like that. The whole point is to build trust and credibility. Another section is why it works, how it works, right? We just want to leave no stone unturned, where you want to be as simple as possible of explaining the logic, the back end, the uniqueness of your product and how it works, right? You don't want to assume that people know how it works. You want to visually and simply showcase that. The sixth section is going to be the offer. This is, in my opinion, the second most important section after the hero. This is where you're going to lay out the specific offer that you have, the pricing, specific bundles, discount, urgency, stuff like that. You want to list out exactly what they're going to get, for how much, and why it's going to help them get what they want to do. So include any like different offers, free gifts, buy one get one free, bundles, quantity bundles, subscribe and save, and as well as reverse risk reversals like guarantees or money refunds and stuff like that. And then the last section you can always include is just like a final call to action close, just to recap everything, summarize the value, summarize what they'll get, and handle any like last minute objections like FAQ, like frequently asked questions, value props like shipping, guarantees, returns, and stuff like that. All right, so here's the Replo editor. We're going to be using Replo's native pre-built components just to make this really easy. And the first section is going to be the hero section. This is the first section that people will see when they hop on your page. And the goal here is to hook them fast. Your headline and your images should speak directly to what your customers, your ideal customers want or are struggling with. This is your most important real estate, so you don't want to waste it with vague or clever copy. You want to be clear, emotional, and benefit driven first. After that, we can add in and communicate some of the problems and solutions. So Depending on what you need, you can have two separate sections for this, but in this case, we're going to have one section to communicate both the problems and your benefits, the actual solution, right? So you want to show them how it fixes their problem, introduces your product, not just the features, but the benefits that they'll receive. After that, we could just throw in a little bit of social proof just to kind of build and introduce the credibility and just the overall trust of your brand itself. A lot of times people are new, so they need some sort of reinforcement around that. Afterwards, we can have the buy box. This is just a basic overview of the offer and the pricing and specific information that they will need. We want to show them a good deal. So this is where you highlight specific bundles, savings, risk reversals, anything like that. And of course, your add to cart call to action button. After that, we can talk about like the why it works and add more education. So if your product is new or unfamiliar, you want to make them understand that it's really easy to use and it's easy to attain the promised result or the promised solution that you're offering for them. So we'll keep this as visual as possible. GIFs work really well, images and even videos, but the whole point is just to visually showcase how your product works, just to make it easy and tangible for them to think that they can easily attain what it is you're promising them. After that, we can just throw in some more social proof. Again, you can never have enough social proof. UGC images, customer images, videos, written reviews, anything to kind of build that trust with your customers. And wrapping it up with just a quick call to action, just to recap your offer and what it is that they're buying. In this video, we designed and built a complete Shopify landing page inside Replo, complete from scratch. It's not just built on designs, but it's also centered around customer psychology based on the sections that we talked about. So if this video was helpful, if you learned something new, please like, subscribe, leave any comments, any questions you might have. And in the description, I'm going to leave a link to my templates, resources, and also my website. If you want pages built for you and your brand by my team, reach out and we'll see if we can help you. See you in the next one.